Today, I'll react to NBA legends explain how good Michael Jordan would be in today's NBA. Now, in my opinion, I think Michael Jordan in today's NBA, he'll average around 30 to 35 points a game. I would say about 6 rebounds, 6 assists. He probably shoot around 50% from the field. And I'll say he shoot around, 33, 34% from three. I'll say that. I think that's fair for Michael Jordan. So let's go right into the video.
You played in both eras. How many points do you think Jordan would literally average per game?
Today? Phew. More than James Harden.
James Harden had a season he averaged 36.
More than that. For sure.
Really?
For sure. And I was at the Jordan era.
Yeah.
I was in the LeBron, Kobe,
Yeah.
Duncan, and I was at the tail end.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I played with these guys.
Right.
I've seen all the three-point balls
Right.
go up. They can't. Jordan, no way. Jordan averaged 50.
You believe Jordan would average 50?
If he wanted to.
Right.
Like James Harden wants to average 50. He just can't.
Right.
He got 38.
Right.
Amazing.
Right.
If Jordan wants to average 50, and if he was playing his era, I think he averages 50. And this is no disrespect to any of the guys.
Current players.
That's killing, like
Right.
KD, you know.
Yeah, all those guys, yeah.
Yeah, not
the
only
guys, Steph and LeBron and all those
no
guys, yeah.
disrespect to those guys.
I said between 45 and 50.
Okay, so Ron Artest said Michael Jordan would average around 50. There's no way Michael Jordan averaging 50. There's no way. Now, I won't be surprised if he had like seasons he averaged 40, but 50, I think 50 is a stretch. No one averaged 50 since like Wilt. I don't think no one even came close to 50 yet. I haven't saw nobody average 40 in a season yet since like Wilt times. So 50 is stretched. I'll say 30 to 35. Like if he played in this era, I would say 40 would be his best season, but he's not averaging 40 for like 10, 15 years in this era. There's no way.
The guys, Steph and LeBron and all those
no
guys, yeah.
disrespect to those guys.
I said between 45 and 50 because it reminded me so much of how Wilt Chamberlain seemed to be just dropped in a different era when he was averaging 50 and 25. That's what Michael Jordan represented for the era he came in. Think about it. He was MVP of the league while teams were still flying commercial. Okay? The rigor isn't the same. The physicality in today's game isn't the same. And one of the things that you didn't acknowledge, all NBA defense. He will be getting steals. He will be getting out in transition, catching lobs, 3-on-2, 2-on-1. And also getting to the free throw line. In the NBA Finals in the early 90s, he scored 63 in the 80s versus the great Boston Celtics. And yes, there are a handful of great defensive teams in today's game. The Bucks, both teams in LA, the Toronto Raptors. But you know what else it is, Greeny? A lot of bottom feeders. So say against the great teams, he would average 40, no doubt. Against the bad teams, the lottery teams, he would definitely average 50 against those squads. So that's how I got to the number, and I see how you got there as well.
So one is the best.
Okay, see. Now, Jalen Rose, he was right when he said like the bottom feeder teams. Oh, no. Nah, if he averaged 40, 45 against them, okay, that makes sense. But the great teams, there's no way he averaging 40. There's no way. No way. A lot of people saying 45, 50. I never saw Michael Jordan play. All I can go off is game highlights and like NBA Hardwood classics. Michael Jordan was a great player. I think he's second all time. I understand why a lot of people think he's the GOAT, but 40 to 50, no way. No way. I just can't get with that. I can't get with that. I just can't.
So that's how I got to the number, and I see how you got there as well.
So one is the best. 5 is subpar. All right? Not so good. So you get a chance to rank 1 through 5. Psychologically, how do you rank Michael Jordan?
The scale of 1 to 5?
1 to 5. 1 being the best, 5 being the worst.
1.
1. Ball handling.
1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Defender.
1.
Mid-range jumper.
0. Like, better than 1.
Oh.
Like I said, he was a pure shooter. Like, I don't think anybody in the league at that point was shooting the ball better than him. He was shooting 50+% from the field at the guard position, shooting all J's. Like, you have to be a pure shooter. And everything was touching bottoms. Like, yeah, 1, 0. You go 0 with that one.
What do you think Jordan will average? Where do you think he would fit in?
I mean, he can adapt his game to anything. He would fit in as the best player in the league. Like, that's what he would be. And, you know, I feel like he'll have more possessions to do more things. but there's also more athleticism in this game. There's more length in this game, but it's also more space for MJ to go to work. So I mean, we'll never know, but for sure, I mean, he's a masterful basketball player. Like we've been saying, his skill level is unmatched. So of course he'll do numbers in this league today.
How many points do
So far in the video, KD had the best assessment, or the best take. I agree with that. Michael Jordan in today's game, I definitely think he'll fit in. I still think he'll get his numbers for sure. Now, KD was right. Players are more skilled now. Players have more length, like they're taller. It's probably better defenders now. Like athletically, it's probably better defenders now compared to like back then. And I agree, like Michael Jordan will adapt as well. Like, yeah, Michael Jordan will for sure be in the conversation, like for being the best player in the league now. Like, of course, it'll be between, like, him and LeBron. But yeah, KD had the best take so far. That's my favorite take, KD for sure. But KD's a pure hooper, too, so yeah. Yeah, but KD, he had the best take so far. I like KD's take.
Matched, so of course he'll do numbers in this league today.
How many points do you think Jordan could average in today's NBA?
What's the most he ever averaged? 37?
37-1.
All right, so 40 easy. 40 easy. 40 easy. Yeah, 40 easy. Like 40 is easy. 40 would be easy for Black Jesus.
Because Harden, I think Harden a couple of years ago averaged 36. Right. So you figure Jordan could average 40 with no problem. I'm gonna ask both of you guys.
And you add to that when he averaged 37, he was doing it with twos. It wasn't even no three. They weren't shooting 3-pointers like how they shoot now. You know what I'm saying? Because just imagine if Michael decided to shoot 6-7 threes a game like they do now. Like 40 would have been easy.
No, his numbers are definitely.
Now, 40 points a game being Michael Jordan's best season, I'm not mad at that. But like, I'm just saying, throughout a 10, 15, 20-year career, let me see. For example, let's say Michael Jordan came in the league. Let's just say like 2008. Because I think that's when Steph KD came in. Around 2007, 2008. So at this point, he probably been in the league for like 15, 16 years. His best season would be 40, but averaging 40 for like a 15, 16-year career, I just don't see that. I really don't see that at all. But yeah, his best season being 40, I wouldn't be shocked by that.
7 threes a game like they do now. Like 40 would have been easy.
No, his numbers will definitely be inflated.
I don't think Michael Jordan, though, in this era, will be shooting 5, 6, 7 threes, though. I don't think so. Because Michael Jordan, he wasn't that good of a three-point shooter in his era. He wasn't bad, but I'm just saying he wasn't like no 40% shooter. He was like a 33%, 34% shooter. So instead of like taking 1 or 2 threes a game, I don't see him taking like no 7, 8 3-pointers a game. Like, I see 3 to 4 or 4 to 5. Somewhere around that range, but he ain't gonna be like players now. They taking like 8, 9, 10 threes a game. There's no way. I don't see Michael Jordan taking that many threes. He probably take 3 or 4, 4 or 5, somewhere around there. 3 to 5, that range, somewhere around there.
Game like they do now. Like 40 would have been easy.
No, his numbers will definitely be inflated. And you thought James Harden got to the line a lot. Jordan would average 20 free throws probably every night. You got to understand, he would evolve into this era. You know, the Jordan that we saw young, athletic, get to the basket based on, you know, what we've seen in this era, you would see a Jordan probably shooting more threes too. Mm-hmm. So he would definitely evolve. You know, he averaging 35 at one point. I could see him really pushing that to 40. I don't know about 50, 60, but like, you know, mid-40s, I could see that possibly happening.
I don't know if he would shoot 75% from the field, but Paul, for his career, I think he averaged like 8.5, 8.8 free throw attempts per game. So like, that's at least going to double. That's close to 20 per game in today's age. And also, I mean, pace and space. Think about how physical the game was back then. You pretty much get put on your back every time you went to the bucket. Now, all of a sudden, somebody blows on your wrist or hits your hand, that's a foul. Like, so, yeah, even though he would have taken more threes if he lived in today's age, still his mid-range game was on point. His skill level, he still will be considered one of the most skilled, if not the most skilled in the league today. I think, I don't know 75%, but he'd be averaging in the 40s for sure.
What both of you guys are saying is right. The pace has increased. The three-point shot has increased. Players up front have gotten smaller. So now driving to the basket, he going to be dunking on everybody. Yeah. Just think about that. Like KD is like a 4 in today's game. Mm-hmm. So now like and then here's the other thing. If Harden can average 36, 37 right now, James Harden is averaging that right now. He's getting none of those points off his defense. Jordan gonna be getting steals. He gonna be getting blocks. He gonna be out on fast break. I say like about 40. We would be having a conversation, can somebody average 50 besides Will? He'll be like 47, 48. I really believe that.
If you put Michael Jordan on the floor.
Okay, now, to summarize what they were saying, okay, now, I agree here with that. Like I said, 3-pointers, I understand he would take more. I agree with that. But 20 free throws a game in an 82-game season, there's no way. There's no way. There's no way. 20 free throws a game? That's insane. I know he drive a lot, but come on, 20? Ain't no way. Okay, now I know a lot of people now, the ticky-tack fouls. I understand that now. I understand with the NBA now, there's way more fouls being called. I agree a lot of the fouls don't be making sense when they be called. But come on, 20 free throws a game though? Then Jalen Rose saying like the players now, they're smaller than centers from back then. I guess he talking about big men. I agree, but yet again, on the other side, they're more like the big men wingspans are longer now. Also, they are way more athletic now. Too. Of course, Michael Jordan will still be like dunking on people, but he just ain't gonna be going up there with a guy 7 foot with a 40-inch vertical. Like, it ain't gonna be that easy. Like, it's not gonna be that easy. Like, players now, guys be like 6'8", 6'9", 7'5" wingspans, like 7'3", 7'4" wingspans. Like, MJ will still get his, but like players now are insane. Like point guards now, probably an average point guard now in the NBA. They're probably around 6'5", 6'6" in today's game. Like, come on, like the NBA now, I'll say, I think it's better defenders now than from back then. That's just my personal opinion. Like, MJ would get his, but like what they saying, 20 free throws a game, 47, 48 points a game, I just don't see that now. I just don't see that at all.
48. I really believe that.
If you put Michael Jordan on the floor today, with the way the game is officiated, with what the league has gone for, with the amount of space, with the lack of physical contact on ball handlers, on guys finishing at the rim, there is absolutely no question in my mind that Michael Jordan would lead the league in scoring every single year, and he probably would be somewhere around 40 a night, because the one thing you could do to him, you could try at least, was to try to get into his body. I mean, you know, I was a guy I used my physical strength as an advantage because the guy was so quick. You could at least try to dictate where he was going to go with physical contact 30 feet from the rim. And then, my goodness, I usually had 2 bouncers at the club in the lane behind me ready to beat him up if he got in there. Now, it's no contact on the perimeter. Nobody's coming to lay you out. They're worried about the instant replays, ejections, flagrant 2s. None of that stuff existed. So to put him in a court today with as competitive as he was, as tough as he was, as skilled, as quick, there's no doubt in my mind Michael Jordan would lead the league in scoring.
In today's game,
Okay, I agree with that. Michael Jordan will lead the league in scoring every year. I agree with that. Yeah, Tim Legler. Yeah, I agree with that. But there's just one caveat I have, because in today's era, like I said, Michael Jordan wasn't a great 3-point shooter. I agree he would take more. Like in today's game, if you can't shoot threes, teams will expose you. Like they will expose you. They will show the world that you can't shoot. Like in today's game, like if you can't shoot, it will be very obvious. Like if you can't shoot threes, it'll be very obvious. Mid-range, Michael Jordan's a dog. Like that's not even a question. Like I'm not even worried about him. Like with the mid range, but the 3-point shot, that's just one thing you probably could get him with, like just to stop him. Of course, you can't stop Michael Jordan, but I'm just saying with today's game, how they shooting threes now. Like if you make Michael Jordan shoot a 3, that was a good defensive possession. It's like that pretty much.
There's no doubt in my mind Michael Jordan would lead the league in scoring.
In today's game, the rules as they are, how would Jordan do, and how many points do you believe he would average?
I don't think anybody's averaging 60 or 70.
Okay.
So that's, those days are over with.
Nobody's going to get Will 50 a game, huh?
Not 50 a game. No, that's not going to happen. But I will say this, Michael Jordan would average whatever he want to average.
You believe he can get 40 a night?
Yeah, he can. Yeah. If there's no question about it.
40 a night,
yeah,
40?
Yeah.
How you going to get 40? If you go to
I'm not here to break it down and decipher it. I'm telling you as a witness, I'm testifying on behalf of Michael Jeffrey Jordan that he would average 40 a night. If we see guys averaging 30.
Right.
And 35, with all due respect, that don't have the arsenal that he has offensively.
Well, you know you have to add that 3 ball. You got to add the 3 ball to get to 40. Because you look at the guys, Harden was the last guy. I think Harden averaged, 36? And that step back 3, he put that in. Obviously, the free throw, Jordan went to the free throw line a lot. He didn't go as much as Harden. But I don't know how you get to 40 without that three ball.
Well, Jordan's going to go to the free throw line more than he did back then because we were able to beat him up, and it was ignored to a certain extent.
Okay.
So, and he added the three ball in his career. We watched him against the Blazers knock down three. That wasn't his specialty, but it wasn't like he was a liability shooting the basketball. Michael Jordan would average whatever he wanted to average.
What about these other guys who are playing into?
I like that Mark Jackson said that. That's funny. He'll average whatever he want to average. That's funny. That's funny. Like 40 points a game, some saying mid-40s. My opinion, and this NBA, players are more skilled now. So it depends on teammates as well, like in team situations. Like if Michael Jordan's on a bad team, he probably can get 40. But if he's like on a good team, there's no way he averaging 40, 45. There's no way. 40 being his best season, I'm with that. I'm sticking with that. I believe 40 points would be his best season in this era. But I'm just saying for like a 10, 15-year career, 40 points, I don't agree with that.
Jordan would average whatever he wanted to average.
What about these other guys who are playing in today's?
Jordan would have averaged 45, 50.
In today's game.
The point I was making is you allow great shooters freedom to roam, freedom with no hand check. You can't crowd me, and I got a clear sight at the rim, then it's going to be lights out, baby. But it's so hard to play defense in today's game because they allow the offense to go wherever they want.
Okay, but if Jordan's averaging, I mean, be honest here. If Jordan in his prime, Jordan in the early 90s is averaging.
Today's rules.
Yeah, today's rules is averaging 40.
He would average 40.
Okay.
I think he would average 40.
Okay, but didn't he average 39 one year, or 37.1? So Kobe's going to average 40.
Kobe would be up there. Kobe would be up there as well.
If Michael played today.
Okay, yeah, he brought up Kobe. Okay, yeah, let me see. MJ averaged 30 to 35. Yeah, Kobe will be the same. Like I said, in this era, I believe Kobe, because Kobe retired 2016. So yeah, because Steph Curry, he got big like 2014, 2015. So yeah, that's when more people start shooting threes, especially when Steph and Curry and Golden State start winning championships. So yeah, I believe if Kobe was in this era, Kobe best season would be around 40 points. I agree with that.
Kobe would be up there. Kobe would be up there as well.
If Michael played today, he'd probably average almost 50 a game. I mean, he really would, because you wouldn't be able to touch him on the perimeter, so he'd be shooting a ton of free throws.
Yeah, so when everybody does this like Michael LeBron comparison, it's like you almost can't, it's not the same game that they're playing.
It's not the same game. You're right, it's not the same game. I would have loved to see LeBron play during in the 90s.
And it's the hand.
Now, great players, they'll be great in any era. Like, people talk about LeBron wouldn't be able to play in the 80s and 90s. This is what I gotta say. If Michael Jordan was dominating the 80s and he was dominating the 90s, Michael Jordan. If Michael Jordan was dominating the 90s with his athleticism, and Michael Jordan was 6'6", 210, 215. LeBron has a 40-inch vertical. LeBron is very fast, and LeBron is 6'8", 250, 260. LeBron would be dominating in the 90s too, just like Michael Jordan. People talk about, well, LeBron's soft, he wouldn't be dominating. Okay, who's stopping 6'8", 260 with a quick first step? Like, who's stopping that? Nobody's stopping that. Tell me somebody in the 90s that's locking up LeBron. You ain't gonna tell me no one, because you can't find nobody. Like, in today's game, nobody's locking up Michael Jordan. Like, no one's doing that. Like, in the 90s, nobody's locking up LeBron. Nobody.
Play during in the 90s.
And it's the hand checking. You can't put your hands on these guys now. And just imagine, Michael Jordan was averaging 29 to 30 plus points a game in regular season in the playoffs with hand checking. Now you can't touch him. Yeah. You couldn't touch MJ then without getting a foul. Imagine what it looks like now. And you know Michael Jordan will adapt to the game today. And the one thing that will get guys is his ability to get in one or two dribbles to the pump fake. It's Michael Jordan. You're going to react to every move he does, and his pump fake alone will draw fouls.
As far as LeBron and
like, hopefully, like, whoever watching this video, I hope y'all know when I say 30 to 35. Like I said earlier in the video, I'm imagining Michael Jordan coming in the league like in 2008, 2009, having like a 15 or 20-year career. Like in a 15, 20-year career, I think Michael Jordan averaging 30 to 35 is reasonable. But I'm just saying his prime years, like I won't be surprised he have a season he had 40. I just want to make that clear, just to make sure. I just want to make that clear.
He does, and his pump fake alone will draw fouls.
As far as LeBron and Michael, if Michael played in this era, he'll average 50. He averaged 50 points.
Now, Rodman said Jordan, he would average 50. He played with Jordan. A lot of people saw, probably everyone in this video saw Jordan play. I never saw, like I said, I never saw Michael Jordan play. I can go off game highlights or watching NBA Hardwood Classics on TV or on YouTube. So that's the only way I can see Michael Jordan. That was a very good video. It was nice to like think of the minds of other NBA legends, NBA players about Michael Jordan. That was a very good video though. Yeah, like Michael Jordan though, he would be dominant in this era. Of course, like all the other great players that's great in this generation, like LeBron, KD, Steph, players like them, he will be up there. Yeah, because like Tim Legler, he said he'll probably lead the league in scoring every single year. I agree with that. Yeah, because I think if Michael Jordan, when he was playing, did he win a scoring title like 10 times? Nah, that is nuts. That's actually insane. But yeah, I agree. Like Michael Jordan would definitely get his in this era for sure. But I don't think it would be as easy as what everyone else is saying in this video. But he's still gonna have good stats. Like he's still gonna have good stats for sure. So drop down in the comments below y'all thoughts about this video, your thoughts about Michael Jordan. How many points, rebounds, assists, steals, and everything like that, like field goal percentages, 3-point percentage. What do you think Michael Jordan's stats will be in this era? Do you think he'll be good in this era? Do you think he'll be bad in this era? I'm just curious. So yeah, of course, drop your thoughts in the comments below, and I hope everyone have a blessed day. I'm out.